I don't know, am I starting it? I don't know
it's
how
your
this
bit.
is.
I don't know.
Oh no, which bit are we doing? I thought we were doing your picture
I
bit.
thought we were doing the hat bit.
I know, I just suggested it, and I figured I didn't know which one we're going with.
Maybe that could be the bit.
We need to get better at these bits.
Probably, maybe we should hire a writer.
Maybe we should not come up with them like 5 seconds before we do them.
It would probably be a good idea, but neither of us are that organised.
I am, I could be.
Then why don't you have a bit?
Well, because I didn't think...
Got him.
Let's just go.
Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount, reviewing Critical Role 2, episode 22. That's 3 twos. Or 6.
Besides the fact that Ollie can't count.
3 twos is 6.
We should thank Kev for the intro music.
Yeah, thanks Kev.
Yeah, we tried it last week to see how it would work, and I liked it. I think it was good, and we're keeping it with his permission.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Kev.
I like how you're keeping it. You have no choice, Kev.
I thought he already told us we could use it.
Yeah, but be polite.
It's more polite to use it, in my opinion.
Well, it's polite to thank him for using it.
I just thanked him.
No, it's like we're
times.
using it.
Yeah, after I thanked him 4 times. I think...
This is off to a good start.
Yeah. Thank you, Kev.
Yeah.
We love the music. It's awesome. And, hey, keep sending us your songs.
And if you got any fan art, maybe of the Critical Role episode or of us, I don't know. If you just want to send us something to use in the episodes, go nuts. Because we like to use it, and it's just us two talking. So if you want to help improve it, please help.
Yeah, we get some cool stuff from you guys sometimes, like bracelets and muffin fan art and me with like 3 eyes. That was cool. But we're actually here to talk about Critical Role because that's what the show's about, I guess, technically.
So we start off the episode off where we like Callie's left now. The guest star, coincidentally, is no longer in the episode.
Yeah, some people did theorise that they're coming back and not to trust her and that she's going to cause crap later down the road, which I'm with you on that.
Why is that? Showed no indication.
That's exactly why. She was so innocent that it makes me distrustful.
So, do you trust Kerry as well?
No, she's clearly an evil mastermind plotting the demise of all the party in a brutal and sadistic manner that involves cranks, electric batteries.
It's like you just foreshadowed the future of this channel.
Definitely with the electric shocks.
Yeah. Anyway, so they decide to go to the chamber above after kind of saying goodbye to Kelly, which is kind of odd. So that you would think they would bump into it. But they didn't. Anyway, they rested at the chamber above, and they kind of set up watch and just rested just from the battle before. Yeah,
so essentially there's a little bit of downtime at the start. Jester teaches Kerry to say, "Go fuck yourself," which should, I don't know, that's, yep. Little concerned about her raising a kid, but no, it's fine. It's good. I'm sure she won't.
I think she will do amazing. She sounds like my kind of parent. I would train my kid to do that. Train like it's a dog.
Yeah. Ring a bell. Go fuck yourself. Good work.
I'm so proud. Anyway, so they decide to watch, and
if you work in adoption, please don't let him adopt anyone. It could end badly.
That's a bit mean. If they use this against me,
I'm gonna
haunt your fucking dreams. I'm not looking out of a kid because of something you said on a Critical Role.
You already do haunt my dreams.
Yeah, but I would actually try.
In my dream, everyone that I encounter has Dave's beard.
I like how we're not talking about the episode.
It's terrifying.
Anyway, so
can you imagine that beard on my partner? Because I have.
Because she has a beard.
Such a weird insult.
I know.
Anyway, there's a bit of downtime. Jester teaches Kerry to say, "Go fuck yourself." Now, there's been some speculation on Reddit that Kerry, she talks in imitation. She mimics the speech and stuff, but she's been around the Mighty Nein for a while now. She's learned some things about them, like who they worship and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of a theory going around on the internet that Kerry's going to say the wrong thing, mimic the wrong thing at the wrong time, and get them in trouble for worshipping the Traveller or one of the non-sexual
But keep in mind, it's literally only been like 2 or 3 days. So just keep that in mind too. And it's a child. Childs don't always remember stuff. So
let's keep cruising down the highway, heading to eventual destruction.
It's a really, really morbid episode right now.
Yes. But we also get the resolution to the Bo and Caleb conflict from the episode before.
At the end. We'll wait until the end, because that happens at the end.
Yeah, but she does, at the start, talk to if she should have.
She talks about maybe addressing it.
Yeah, so we get like a little setup for a moment later on.
Yeah. So they do the watch, and during the watch time, Caleb kind of sends Frump kind of head as well to scout, and they actually have one of the scouts of the Merrows, that's the name. That's the name I wrote down and didn't read out. Merrows, and they decide just to nuke this kind of Merrows scout that's just walking by.
Yeah, so perfect use of the familiar there. That's worthy of an Oscar. Perfect use of the familiar there to, you know, perceive that's what they're for. That's good.
So basically, after they realise that the scouts managed to get through the little hole, Yasha and Caleb kind of go back down, so Caleb could set up a little string, kind of like a sensor, just to alert them of anything else coming up.
Because one of Caleb's like many brushes to his strings to his bow is the setting of traps, so that is nice and fun. Also, we get a moment where Yasha uses Magician's Judge to shave Caleb's face. With a roll of a 16 dexterity check, manages to do it with a few patches, but close enough. And some people were saying that's probably a bad idea, using one of the most powerful magical artifacts you have to shave, but hey.
I wrote down, Yasha shaves Caleb, which is never a phrase I ever thought I would like write down on a piece of paper, but...
This is where we are in life at this moment in time.
Oh no.
Anyway, yes, they go towards the Merrows after all this kind of stuff, and Ford does some very, like, marine kind of... I was going to say marine biology, but no, like marine US Army.
He does some marine biology.
He goes check out some fish.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? Wait a second. What's the species around us?
The party's like, we're about to die. Look at these guys. They're coming out with these weapons. Like, you go that way. And he's like, wow, look at this algae. Look, it's bioluminescent. That's so cool.
So, basically, Kerry and Not stay behind.
Yeah.
Not looks after Kerry, and the rest of the party go underneath into the other chamber where all the other Merrows are, which we saw from the last episode of Ford sneaking ahead saying there's more Merrows and they have to take them out.
Yeah, and then Ford tries to do some stealthy stuff, and essentially he goes to tie a rope around a stalactite so he can get the rest of the party out, but rolls a 2 on his stealth check.
Which isn't high.
Which is very low, but not quite as low as the nat 1 that Matt rolls on the Merrows' perceptions. In my head, this set up a scene of, like you and me, the Merrows, just chatting like, yes, no, I think our camp is good, and I think our... And then you've just got Ford in the background, like running and then tripping and stubbing his toe.
What am I in the scenario?
You're a Merrow. And then he's like back there, and... Yeah, he's like, oh, I broke my leg! And he's like jumping around and dropping things and stuff.
I'm a Merrow! I don't know what Merrows do.
This, apparently.
This.
That kitten's sleeping.
The drowning dogs.
Yeah. I went kitten sleeping, you went drowning dogs. That says something about our subconscious.
I think it says more about me than it does you. You're innocent little flower. I'm just a dark soul bastard,
Caleb and
really.
Jester. Anyway, they do manage to succeed on the stealth check, even with a 2. So they all get out, they get some sneak damage, and roll initiative.
So this is where a bulk of the episode kind of takes place of this battle. You could say about like 2 hours, probably 4-hour episode.
Yeah, big battle, which we haven't seen too much of. We've had 1 or 2. But
so there's about 4 Merrows in this particular scenario.
And oh my god, the map was so... Sorry, I don't mean to take the Lord's name in vain. I've been pointing that out.
God damn it, Ollie. You did this last time too, when you apologised for taking
Jesus Christ, man. Anyway.
And now you're just making fun of it. That's just uncool.
Where's the fucking line? Anyway, essentially the map, I was so jealous. Tellison had bought Matt a fog machine, so it had like
And have you ever had a fog machine at a rave? That's pretty cool.
We used to have a fog machine in our garage because our flatmate was a DJ. He had all his equipment set up in the garage. We used to have raves in there until someone was dancing. They fell over backwards and hit their head on the concrete.
And you stopped raving for that? That's a silly reason.
They had a concussion.
Well, so I have concussions every day. You don't see me stopping raving.
Self-inflicted concussions caused by overthinking, Dave.
Well, I still rave.
Now I've got an image of you, just glow sticks, like just...
Glow sticks, come on, what are we, like in the early 2000s?
That was the last time I partied.
In the early 2000s?
Yes,
you were literally like 12.
That's when I used to party.
You used to rave when you were 12.
I used to. This is true. This is not a lie to the audience. I used to rave.
Prove it.
I'll ring my brother right now.
Oh, so your brother's your brother. He's not going to be on your side.
He was the one that led me down the path of darkness.
This was like, I'm going to ring my mum. She'll tell you the truth. I flew to the moon. My mum will tell me.
And then you get on the phone and I'm like, Dave, that's clearly you putting on a woman's voice on another phone that you have in your pocket.
Are you saying my mum doesn't exist?
Yes, I'm saying your mum does not exist. What's my mum's name?
What an outrageous accusation.
This is getting a weird episode.
Anyway, so the battle happens.
Yes, they fight.
They fight. It's a surprise round to begin with, but there's a lot of good hits. It's a fairly straightforward battle. Nothing really like shocking happens. I mean, Caleb does fall at one point, and there's a lot of how you want to do this is.
I'm amazed that that wasn't a setup to the reference to the...
We're trying to get back on damn track.
No, but you were like, there was nothing shocking happened, and I thought you were going to lead into the fact that they summon a storm that causes lightning to electrocute people in the water.
Well, I was going to get to that once we get to that on the piece of paper.
It seemed like a missed opportunity for a pun there.
Well, you could have just not dragged this out.
Anyway, one of the cool things about this encounter...
What am I doing with my life, guys? Why the hell am I doing this show?
Hey man, it was your idea.
You're the one that... Oh. It was, damn it, it was my idea.
Your idea.
This whole show was my...
I came up with the name of the channel, everything else was you. So essentially, like, a lot of people commented that what made this combat really interesting was the place that it took place. It had water, it had stalactites, it had places to hide, it had storm, it had lightning, it had a whole bunch of cool effects that turned it from just a simple encounter into a really cool one.
But ultimately, it was just like a stand in a calendar where they just like killed the Merrows. And there was a lot of how you want to do this. So the first one was Jester.
Yep.
Jester got it. Then Molly got the second one.
Yep.
And then Ford got the third one. And Yasha got the fourth one. And they're all dead. And then all of a sudden there were 3 more.
Yeah, it looked like it was the end of the battle, but more of them kind of emerged from the darkness. There was a lot of cool stuff going on. Unfortunately... Hex does not affect saving throws, just checks. You gotta know that. Not dying. Oh, I had a theory about if Not dies and what her last.
Wow, that took a turn. That was a real big. I was making fun of Matt Mercer just before, and now all of a sudden Not's dead. I don't know how we went there.
Because I like to imagine people's like final words in this world because I think that's kind of an interesting topic. So I figure that Not will say, "Caleb, thank you for all that you've done. For me, I know you always saw me as I wanted to see myself. You cannot reply to this message."
I'm just imagining the last thing I say to you.
It's probably going to be expletives screamed as you drive us into a lamppost.
No, I'd be, stop screaming, people can hear you.
Yeah.
Mainly.
I'm going to start blinking Morse code.
Anyway, so more Merrows show up, including like a Merrow kind of witch or wizard. Or
yeah, like a Merrow mage.
Shadow priest.
Shadow priest.
Or shallow priest. Like that's what Matt called it.
Okay.
Like it's in shallow water.
I got you.
So shadow priest.
I got you.
Like shadow, but shallow.
Dave, remember how we talked about less is more? This is one of them.
No, we didn't. We never talked about
that.
I was
doing a bit.
To be fair, we should talk about that. Anyway.
Because we're like 30 minutes into this episode, we've covered this much.
Probably not even 30. Anyway, so Not is still with Kerry just for the update on it, so for the second round of Merrows.
Yeah.
So Ford gets another how you want to do this on the 5th one.
Caleb uses really good Dispel Magic on the storm that's messing everything up. Well done there.
Bo gets how you want to do this. Again, joins the party with that.
We find out what happens when haste fails and the spell ends due to lack of concentration. You get exhaustion because essentially you've just been running and doing stuff and exerting. So Molly gets a point of exhaustion.
And then Not joins the battle finally.
Yee.
Caleb falls at this point, so this is what I was talking about before.
Yes.
And fails 1 death saving throw.
And a lot of people thought that was going to be the end of Caleb.
Every time someone fails a date this week, everyone says that.
I've been thinking about getting Marisha's tattoo.
What's Marisha's tattoo?
She's got the death save stuff on her arm, so she can actually fill them in with pen when she makes actual death saves.
Oh.
It's damn
What,
cool.
in real life or just in
no, in real life.
So what, she's like, I'm a death saving for I failed.
I think might have been last episode, not this one, but yeah, last episode she made a death save and she coloured it in with a tattoo.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's real cool. It's a real cool critter tattoo.
And the final one, I put Travis troll, so it must have been at this point Travis was trolling Matt. I think
this is because of Blink.
Yeah, he was trolling him. Yeah.
So Blink is a fantastic spell that conjures to mind things like wild magic from AD&D. Because
also an X-Men character. I know that's not relevant, but it just comes to mind. She's like pink and she can blink. Like to certain
I'm just
locations.
like, that's not a superpower. I can do that too.
No, it's like she can teleport to,
You're
like
doing
she
it right
throws
now.
something and then jumps through it and then it blinks her to another area.
Because you just said she can blink. And I was like,
yeah, she blinks to another area.
I'm going to blink Morse code.
Anyway, I shouldn't stop your flow because you milk that for a lot of worth.
So yeah,
which isn't a lot.
For the blink spell is really cool. You have to roll a check, otherwise you blink out of existence. You're in the same space but on a different plane. So the whole battle, Ford's kind of like coming in and decapitating a Merrow, and then going peeks out, and then just like blinking out of existence. and he trolls Matt a little bit and says, you can't touch me, I'm in another dimension.
I think that's what I meant by Travis trolls. And the final how you want to do this is a combined one of Jester and Yasha getting the final how you want to do this.
It was really cool, because you don't get a joint how do you want to do this very often.
We had 7. 7 how you want to do this in one battle.
That was a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know if that's a record or not. I'm sure the crit roll stats would be able to tell, but because we do so much research, we got so exhausted that we didn't check.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Also, it's worth mentioning that Caleb has flavoured Earthen Grasp, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, to be a cat's paw, which is kind of adorable. And something I wanted to just mention was flavouring, if you're a DM, letting the players flavour their spells so that Hexblade looks like this, or Blink works like this, Healing Word is Aura, whatever. If you let the players choose, like when I do this spell it's a flash of light, or when I summon Mage Hand it's like an old man's hand, that kind of just gives them a little bit more creative control over their character, and it encourages kind of roleplay moments in combat as well.
I want ice cream. I know it's not relevant, but you kept on saying flavours, and I was like, I really like chocolate flavoured ice cream, and then I was just thinking about ice cream now.
Well, I'm glad you've gone from dogs drowning to ice cream. I mean, that's progress.
I am a complicated individual.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's what I would just do.
Alright, so then we have the break for the episode, and then we come back and we heal up, and the rest of the episode is really about them kind of scavenging the room, and a few characters having some personal moments. Yes,
now the one thing that they find that's quite interesting is a box full of relics dedicated to some of the gods that are not sanctioned, not ones that you can legally worship. So I've written them all down, because I'm very prepared.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's going to be like, can I read my own writing?
I like how your drawing's not on there. I'm not supposed to mention that. So this is really awkward.
I forgot to do it, and then it's okay. No one knows. No one pays attention to this anyway. It's just bots out there. It's just 500.
I like to think there's a guy called Dave. Hi, Dave.
Don't break
this episode.
Do not break
not me.
Do not break the space-time continuum, because I have to put it back together. It's a lot of duct tape.
I'm waving to myself while I'm
waving. You're breaking. Stop! No, you're going to connect with yourself in alternate timelines. The whole universe is going to collapse.
I'm literally doing it right now. It's not alternate at all. It's the same reality.
I got up and peed my pants.
Anyway, what gods were mentioned?
Right. So we got some interesting ones. We got the Arch Heart.
Now, can you drag it out so I can put the picture up every time you say it?
The Arch Heart.
No, you don't pause. Just say it long.
The Arch Heart.
No, you've already said it. Move on to the next one.
We've also got Evandra, the Change Bringer.
See, what's that hard?
I don't know how much time to get. The Moonweavers. The Hook Wild Mother, Illura. Cord the Stormlord, who we already know of. Everlight. Asmodeus, Lord of the Hells. Bane, the Strife Emperor. Dawn War deity. Love him. Tiamat, of course, but the most interesting one, the Traveller. So, this kind of broke some people's theories that the Traveller was imagined by Jester. It seems like at least he's got some other worshippers, or his tricks are very clever.
Or he's tried this before.
Aha! There is another theory that the god is just a mage of some kind who is tricking people into following him, and is going to be like, just kidding.
But once again, we get a huge indication that this is really going to be a god-centric campaign.
Yes.
We're getting a lot of mention of the banished gods, the betrayer gods, a lot of god-centric stuff that feels like that's going to be the crux of everything. Whether it's this arc, whether it's this passion, like the first year of the campaign, or whether it's the end game is going to be fighting Tiamat. I mean, there's so many different theories and bridges this could go on, but it seems like it's going to have a god connection.
I mean, they've already gotten close to talking to Tiamat with the bowl. They didn't use it, but at least it's been mentioned. And another thing is that if you have the Tal'Dorei campaign setting guide, I highly recommend flicking to one of the first chapters on the Calamity, because that information, I feel, if we're correct about this being a god-centric campaign, is going to be extremely important.
Or not.
Well, probably not, but it's fine.
I like to balance it out.
No, it's got great info in there if you have it.
And also the Critical Role Wiki, which we always post down below. I go in there while I'm watching the episodes, and even doing a little research on there to find bits and pieces. Most of the pictures that you see that we pop up on screen are actually from the Critical Role Wiki. We make a point to try and only use those pictures so people can go to it and see who created them and so forth.
Yeah, that's all him. That's all him. Most of my research is on Reddit.
I like doing that.
He's the backbone of the channel. Anyway, they also find...
You're the...
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know what's a non-creepy word for it.
Meat. Yeah, that's not
meat. I know. That's
You're the meat.
I don't know.
This is why everyone in my dream has Dave's beard.
You're the colon.
All right, the backbone.
That's the best joke I've ever come up with. Ladies and gentlemen, see ya.
Tip your waitresses. Anyway, they also find the cat's eye stone. Now, they find a lot of cool stuff, but this is the most important. Because essentially...
Can we mention that before we get into that big one? We met Caleb was very interested in the arch heart. Just to put in a note. So I think he's a follower there.
Right.
And that was a really huge character thing that he seemed to gravitate towards. Wasn't dwelled on a lot. I just wanted to mention that because I think it will come up later on.
That's good, because if we're right about this being very God-centric, then that is important information. So thank you. So, they also find this cat's eye stone with like a groove in it that looks kind of like an eye, which Ford recognizes as familiar. It seems to be the same kind of eye as the eye from his visions and dreams.
Yeah, my turn.
I was throwing it to you, dude.
I wasn't sure. You just ended it and looked at a piece of paper. I wasn't sure what's going on.
That's my signal. You go.
So Caleb and Jester kind of go off to the side and identify the sword.
Yeah.
But during that, Ford kind of gets a vision.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of stuff here, and so most of the party is concerned with what do we keep? What's worth taking? Meanwhile, Ford grabs the stone and just kind of blinks into some weird dimensional rift vision thing.
Now, when we say that, he is still physically there.
Yeah, in fact, he's kind of acting it out whilst in this dream.
Yes, so he has a vision and everything going on, but all of his physical actions he's doing in the vision, the party can see as well.
Yeah, so they watch Ford take steps towards this pool of water whilst pushing this orb into his chest. They watch him completely consume it and then just start going like towards the water. So they grab him like, what's going on? But inside Ford's head, we see this.
Magic? I don't know. You don't look at me. Normally you look at me like you're passing it to me, but instead now you're just going, and now this.
I got cocky because we're getting really good at that dynamic.
No, you just are not that
I'll
great.
Continue.
No, anyway, so they have a vision.
Yes.
He has a vision, and there's words that pop in of potential, consume.
The consume thing again.
And he sees his mentor/dad figure.
The captain of the ship that he was on.
Andron?
Vandron.
Oh, Vandron.
Now, Vandron was Ford's captain. He says this later on. Essentially, he was on a ship with Vandron. There was an explosion, and Ford got thrown overboard, went underwater, didn't know which way was up.
So he doesn't know if he's alive or dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of hinting that he is dead, but the question I have is this coming, or is the stone that the cat's eye cursed, or is it a deity speaking to him?
Right, okay, now there's a lot of theory on this online. So some people thought that the stone connected 2 points in time, and it was like a channel between the past and the present, and they were actually communicating. Other people thought that, the captain's soul was trapped in the stone and it's trying to, like, come through Ford and live again, which kind of ties into Molly's whole not knowing his past life, waking up in a box kind of thing.
Or the third theory, it's actually the soul stone for the Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's actually Gamora trying to get out.
Anywho, so essentially, that was quality.
Yeah.
So essentially we see Ford have this whole kind of moment. And when he comes back out of it, that's when we get a huge Ford backstory dump.
And we find out all about the shipwreck and so forth, but a lot of don't know what happened. Just kind of woke up after the shipwreck and carried on with his life.
And the orb seemingly is still within Ford. Matt says he can't feel it or anything.
So that's why a lot of people think it's cursed, but it could be the deity kind of forcing that.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those vague moments that we're not actually supposed to know the answer
And people have pointed out that you can have a different alignment to your god. Because some people are kind of going, Ford is clearly a lawful good or that kind of thing. He's very well intent. But his god seems quite dark and almost evil. So they thought, well, that doesn't add up. But no, you could have a completely different alignment to your god. You could be a good person worshipping the evil god.
And the party kind of tries to get more information by kind of baptizing and trying to drown Ford. It doesn't work.
So they think, well, you're a sailor dude, patron thing. Maybe you can breathe underwater. nope, okay, you can't. It's like...
And the water was seawater all of a sudden when everything else was fresh, so that's worth noting as well. So
yeah.
I think the only thing that could really do that is a divine intervention of changing water to seawater.
Yep. Not quite as cool as water to wine, but maybe he's off the booze now, because, you know...
Stop bashing religion, man.
Healthy and stuff.
You're so disrespectful. We've also found out, after this point, Matt kind of starts to hint that they should get out of there. He's very subtle.
He kind of goes like...
Subtle for that.
Remember, guys, you're in a huge channel in an underground city full of Merrows.
But before we leave the Merrows, it's worth knowing they really like religion. So they were killing people, looting them, and specifically taking the religious icons, which seem to the only ones that are keeping are the banned religions. So there could be a tie there of some reason they're banned for this particular reason, and the Merrows are part of that reason. And kind of stockpiling them. So it's worth noting, because I've got a feeling the reason why the religions are banned has probably got something to do with the same reason that the Merrows follow those religions as well.
Right, so we've got kind of like this underground, almost rebellion thing. It looks like the Merrows could be actually skinned good guys looking evil whilst they're trying to maintain the fact that, hey, it's a polytheist world and we should be able to worship everything. But the coolest thing in this episode, in my opinion,
do you want to wrap it up and then go for the coolest thing?
Well, I thought that like the cool thing was the end of the episode, where Bo does the thing.
Well, I was going to mention how they get out and they leave the safe house and they bury the bodies outside.
Yes.
And then yes, you can do it now.
Can I do the thing now?
You can do it now.
Then Bo apologizes to Caleb and it's adorable.
Well, the funny thing is, they hug like I hug.
Yes.
And he goes, no, this is completely legit. This isn't a bit. I don't like getting hugged.
Not at all.
I'm not a hugger.
I learned this early on.
The only time I ever hug is typically if I'm fond of somebody.
Yeah.
And I can let my guard down with them. But other than that, no.
I'm a hugger. And
I didn't even hug my mom until I was 20.
Yes.
Well, she probably carried me as a child.
No, I imagine that you walked straight out of the womb. I imagine you came out with the beard and the beanie.
We have a friend in real life called oh God, what's his name?
Ben?
No, not Ben. Two Naked Go-Guys.
Conan.
Conan. I'll link that so that makes sense. I will leave his web series down below.
Leave that with no context.
I will leave his...
That's so much better with no context.
I'll leave his link down below. He does a web series called the Two Naked Gay Guys.
I auditioned for it and I got down to the last 3 actors, but I didn't get picked.
It's probably because you're not gay?
Maybe.
Maybe. But he's always a hugger. And it's just super...
He comes into my work all the time, and every time he comes in, I'm like, yes, I'm getting a Conan hug.
The problem is he's also gay as well, so I don't want to come across like I'm homophobic. I just don't like hugs.
No. Because it's
a weird balance. I don't want to be... I don't want to come off like I'm homophobic, but I also just don't like hugging people.
And to be fair,
it's hard to get that across.
I know him very well, and I know that he's not in any way homophobic.
No.
I also know that Conan gives the best hugs ever.
Yeah.
Maybe my partner.
And we get along well.
He's a wonderful dude. So check out Two Naked Gay Guys.
Just become a therapy session about me hugging.
We're gonna have to send this to Conan. But essentially, Bo hugs Caleb in the same way that Dave hugged me the first time before he said, "Please no hugs," and it was that kind of.
Yeah. It was. Maybe if we ever have a meetup, and you can throw this in my face, I will hug people there.
Oh my God!
I will break down the walls.
Oh my God!
Break down those walls, and I will hug people that want to hug.
We have to do this. Okay, we have to do this.
No, only if we ever do it.
Internet, make it happen.
No.
I want to see it.
No, we need a lot more followers for that.
Oh, that's gonna be
anyway, so they move out of the swamp, go back to Merrows, and that's where the episode ends.
Yes, and it was wonderful. We had really meaty combat. We had some wonderful turnaround character moments. We had some backstory from Ford. We had Jester being adorable and badass at the same time, and Ashley was there for the entire episode.
Just like last episode?
Well, yeah, that was kind of
okay. And I liked it too. So normally at this point in the episode we do questions, but we're stupid and forget to arrange it. So
no, we didn't. I'm totally prepared.
I was going to do a cut now, but now you're kind of doing this performance over here of trying to find questions. So you're going to have to find a question while I'm stalling for time. So make sure you actually leave a comment down below of what you guys thought about the religion aspect of everything. Why are the Merrows following it? What's your theories? We love the theories because it helps us kind of expand our mind. Why are you playing the episode? No, he's playing last week's episode. This is just rubbish. But leave a comment down below what you think about the Merrows following.
The comment... Oh shit, I closed it.
Oh,
the comment of the week comes from...
well, your comment of the week. I'll find mine while you do yours.
Alright. So my comment of the week is...
Oh my God, you're like ready to go and I start looking at it and now you can't even do it.
I can almost see Matt... I can almost... This is from James Lewis.
Thank you for my editing purposes for reading that out.
Thanks, James. He says, I can almost see Not and Caleb leaving the group to strike out on their own after this. Interesting. Brackets, grins evilly. Oh my god, there has to be some really cool Not and Caleb side stuff in this campaign, even if it's like a flashback to stuff they did before they became the Mighty Nine. I love Not and Caleb interactions.
I kind of don't. Because of this, see, now I'm
now
doing
you're
it.
playing it.
Look I kind of don't. Shut up. I kind of don't because we really know how strong that relationship is, and I think taking them out of that comfort zone and interacting with the other characters is making those characters better.
I'm with you on that.
Because I think the best moments from Caleb and Not have not come from a Caleb and Not situation. It's come from like the Bo and Caleb situation and the Not and maybe Ford and Jester kind of situations.
Because I think with Caleb, it's important that he has this one person. As an unlikely, 9-year-old goblin, but he has that there. 6 to 9. And it is really nice seeing him open up a little bit. And people on Reddit were saying that as well with the whole Bo thing. You got to see Caleb starting to trust the rest of the Mighty Nine, really for the first time in this episode.
Yeah, and my question my comment, and this is really brief, so I do apologise for everyone else that's commented there, but this is from Alex the Great. It goes, Bo and Caleb both had good points and a very bad execution. Caleb was 100% right to question Kelly, but he didn't tell the party or taking their opinions before. He put the heavy hitters in front of him in battle formation, as Liam confirmed that was his intention on Talks. So, yeah, there we go. We should watch Talks more.
We really should.
I watched it last week, but I should really watch it more. They've got a lot to do.
Yeah.
He ordered everyone around and dictated Jester's spell choices. Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't pick up on that.
That is true.
Even though he had good intentions, but Bo was very hostile and rash and brought up Caleb's trauma in an inappropriate way.
Yeah.
He also has problems with... she also has problems with authority. Very true.
Yeah.
It was such a great and fascinating argument on both sides. Kudos to the actors. I completely agree. And I think it's a good... Both of them had good points.
Yeah.
But they just... And you can tell by the apology, they're just not very good at executing anything.
Yeah, and what makes it really important for the characters and for people in general is that after whatever went wrong and whatever they handled badly, afterwards they were able to step back, make a resolution, talk to each other about it, apologise, hug, it's all good, on we go.
So we do that as if I don't hug.
No. We do kind of like...
We kind of grumble the apology, so...
Sorry for calling your editor bad.
Get in the car, Ollie. Just it's raining outside.
No, I don't want to rain. I'm walking home.
No, just get in the damn car.
No, because you didn't like my idea about the video.
That was a legitimate argument from last week.
Although I don't sound like that.
No, and I don't. Do I sound like that? I guess
so. Thanks for joining us on NPCs of Wildemount this week, reviewing Critical Role. Remember, check out the rest of our stuff because there's a lot of it out there. And if you want to chat with us because we've got nothing else going on in life, then jump in our Discord, email us. All the links are down there.
And please like and subscribe and comment down below. It helps us. And also just thank you because every time we release these episodes, we get a real buzz when we wake up because we release it at midnight. Well, around midnight, and then we wake up the next morning and we see over 100 of you guys have watched the episode and gave it some love. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And please watch our other stuff because we'll keep on making more stuff and more stuff will be made and eventually we'll die.
Like drowning dogs, kittens, and giant lollipops.
Diabetes.
Also, we have a Patreon now, and if you donate, I sing a song about you.
Yeah, it still hasn't happened yet.
No one's done it, so I haven't had to write a song. But I honestly...
Oh, yeah, because we said that in another episode, a video that hasn't been released yet.
No, I'm legitimate making a promise. If anyone donates to the Patreon, I will release a video of me singing a song about that person.
And maybe we actually get stuff for the set. Instead of the same t-shirt, same beanie, same poster, same... Well, I guess gloves... You always wear those gloves.
eBay. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.
Bye-bye. Should we do the next one?
Yeah.